Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
I promise you, this is not a political podcast.
Jump from the deep end of the pool, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. 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 Set up the mood.
Make deposits into the bank of knowledge. Welcome back to the Trebles Show. I am Trebles Garcia. I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here today, and I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space. Guys, I have an amazing episode lined up with an amazing special guest. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, guys, and I really hope every single one of you out there is having a warm and delicious time with your family members, enjoying their holidays, enjoying gift giving, and the presence of good people, surrounded by love, snow, hot chocolate, and conspiracy theories. That's right. Make sure you check us out and drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. And I want to give massive shout outs to every single person out there listening today. If you're on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. I don't know how the button's at, but I do suggest you guys hashtag look it up. Stop wasting ass watching ads on TikTok, and make sure you do the research yourself. Hashtag look it up. Google that shit. Everybody, let's jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the freaking mood. I actually have an extra. This is a Christmas episode, by the way. So everybody, I really hope you enjoy the solar solstice and all the solar worshiping all these conspiracy theorists are doing out here right now. You know, if they're using the tools against us, why can't we use the tools against them? It's freaking retarded. Now, this is the part that I love to do. Check this out. For thousands of years, ancient civilizations used mystic symbolism to shape emotion, habit, and behavior. Not myths, but methods. A hidden science of symbols designed to guide minds, steer culture, and enforce order. From Hermeticism to Vedic wisdom, from Celtic, Egyptian, Greek, and Chinese traditions, the patterns repeat. Symbols are not decoration. They're instructions. Spiritual knowledge transmitted through form, chosen by intent, activated by action. As above, so below. As within, so without. Everything is duality. Everyone must choose a side. Please give a warm welcome to the next special guest. He freaking demolishes every single time he comes out. Nick from the Occult Rejects. What's up, Nick?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that intro. Thank you. That was actually really good too, what you said about like all the symbolism and everything and how you see stuff. It's not just art, man. There's a lot of stuff that you will see that unfortunately not really the way I'm presenting this stuff today, but I'm just going to say in general, when I have gone to some old cities, why do I see the same type of small little artistic shit on the churches, government buildings, and Masonic lodges? Why are all these small little flowers always on the same fucking buildings? Why are these small little things that we don't think much of because it doesn't look like a crazy symbol is on all of them? I think it was interesting what you said. There's a reason for that. You know, you have to start wondering, is it the people are all involved in those buildings? That way all the same architecture and all the same art is being used. But I like that. But yeah, for something different that I wanted to do for my own show, and because I was interested in it myself. A while ago, I had wanted to cover lunar temples. And that was a little bit more, I mean, it was a little interesting, but there was some that kind of went along with some like vicious, killings and stuff. And I guess, a little bit of shock and awe of it. I covered that. And then I was like, there's tons of solar temples out there. I was like, you can't leave out the solar ones if I'm going to cover the lunar ones. And I just think it's interesting to see, what these things are like and how they are aligned. You do get a lot of people who sometimes go on about the ley lines, but none of these really match that, but they all astrologically do. And I find that like that you can actually prove. The ley lines that gets into like murky science, or people want to say, is the ley lines real? Is that even a real ley line? Whatever. I went with stuff that were aligned, and you can't even argue that. So yeah, there's a couple of them that I did. I don't know if you want me to get into it now.
Yeah, I would love for people to find out how to find you first. Make sure you plug that in.
Sorry about that. Yeah, the Occult Rejects, that is on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube, and all major podcasts.
That's right. Last time you were here, We spoke about the fuckery going around with podcasters and how they're buying bots all over the world. We freaking rocked that mic and we got bombs of knowledge.
Yo, I have to say, I got a lot more props. I actually didn't have anybody call me an asshole for that. I actually got a lot of props from people on the side. They were like, yo, I'm glad you said that shit.
Yeah. Real shit's popping out there. I was like, you know what? I'm unedited, going down. People liked it. I was like, hey, it is what it is, bro.
You know, it's funny. The people I had in mind that I was talking about on that show that I'm still not going to say their names, all of a sudden don't fucking talk to me anymore. Did I hit a nerve? Did I hit a fucking nerve? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think something happened.
There's people on my show who won't, the same people won't even fuck with them anymore because they're attached to me. I'm sorry. Did I hit a nerve?
Oh my God.
You're right, huh?
And I'm a small little freaking show compared to this motherfucker. I'm telling you, dude. People got hurt. I didn't get any hate mail. I don't think I'm even relevant enough for them to even trip on saying, "Oh, Angel did it."
You know what the thing is? If you start fucking bitching about that, it's gonna look guilty.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So they still. Yeah. 1,000%.
That motherfucker's going on about buzz. Why do you use him? What's the problem with him speaking up about that?
Exactly. Yo. So now we're talking about because it's Christmas, because Saturnalia, because all the sun worshiping, because of those solar solstice and all the great stuff that's happening in winter. It's a very powerful witness. It's the beginning of a brand new year. And I wanted to make sure that people know, remind them that everything that you engage in has to be researched, at least researched. I'm not saying Christmas is fucked up or Santa Claus is evil. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the name Nick is another name for Satan. I'm not saying that. I'm not. I start looking up the Google saying that shit. I'm not saying that. I'm just bringing it forth. Right? I'm not inventing these things, but I am gonna give you guys information so you guys can make an informed decision. Just like vaccines, just like all the crazy stuff that's happening in the world. I myself, I love the freaking holidays. I was singing Christmas carols right now before starting because I love being joyful and I love the time of the year. I love snow. It's my birthday around the corner. So I love this stuff, you know? So I'm not, I buy gifts for all the kids in my house. It is what it is. I partake into it, but my intent isn't to hurt people. All right. So take this. I don't always agree with there's a little disclaimer here. I don't always agree with my guests, but I hold respect in this frequency. So guys, this is advisory advice. You know what I'm fucking trying to say. I'm a freaking beaner. I don't know how all these words in my brain. Okay, guys? Freaking bear with me. All right, Nick. Talk to me, bro.
Yo, one thing I would like to say, though, about, you mentioned vaccines. Not that anybody's going to make any big deal about it, but I think with the fact that this black FDA box is being slapped on it, I think you can kind of say we were right. We won this one. Even though the news ain't going to fucking say it for us. We were fucking right, weren't we?
Yeah.
And I even said it myself 5 or 6 years after the people took this shit, they're going to find out it's no fucking good. Exactly around the same time.
Everybody has that crazy conspiracy theorist in your family member now. Everybody knows somebody that's fucking nuts. Go thank that nuthead. Go tell them you were right.
Everybody in my family, except for my brother and his wife, luckily they went and paid a doctor to make it look like they got vaccinated. So,
snap.
Plus he was in law enforcement. He had to, so he was not getting it. So we knew a doctor that would fudge it for him. But like everybody in my family has actually come out and said, I think Nick was right, because every single one of them has had a fucking health issue since then.
Oh my God.
I said it's fucked up that I have to say, yo, my father can never get another vaccine again, or he'll probably die. He was in the hospital because he has some fucking aversion now to fucking vaccines, and he can't even take one anymore.
Shut the fuck up.
For the fucking flu if he wanted one. Yeah, this damaged motherfuckers. It fucked my aunt's kidney up for a while. Yeah, man. Yeah.
So it wasn't only the famous people that were dropping in front of camera. It's also all the people backstage. Everybody that puts together the backbone of this country. The patriots, the not patriots, the free people that buy at a regular liquor store, the people that own that liquor store, the people that were getting hurt really and voices are quiet and don't have a voice even are the ones that we missed.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I hope everything goes well with your father, bro. That would suck if anything happened to him. So blessings onto him and your family members. So you have some temples. The first temple. You want to take over the screen and talk some shit? Let's go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You want me to pull it up? Is it shared? Oh, I got to share it, right? Got the temple.
It's on your.
Yeah. Share. Let me just pull it up. There we go. People get an idea what it looks like. All right, yeah. So that's one of the views. So the Temple of Karnak, obviously that is in Temple of Karnak lies on the east bank of the Nile at ancient Thebes, which is now considered Luxor, and it is the largest religious complex ever built, supposedly. Its construction spanned over. In this I actually found interesting. I was like, is it possible to build these things when it takes 1,500 years? You know, like a lot of times we do look at these things and we're like, well, I mean, how did you even move these blocks? Probably, but giving 1,500 years, I mean, it almost makes it sound like it's possible at that point. That's a long fucking time. But besides that, reflecting the rise and glory of the new kingdom. Yeah, so it took about 1,500 years going through a whole bunch of different spans. The modest shrines existed on the site by the Middle Kingdom around 20th to 19th century BCE, when Pharaoh Senusret I built a white chapel to Amun-Ra. As Thebes became Egypt's capital, the local deity Amun was kind of elevated and fused with the sun god Ra, which then became Amun-Ra, king of the gods. Successive pharaohs of the New Kingdom from 1550 to around 1070 BCE vastly expanded Karnak into a walled city of temples. The mighty 18th dynasty Amenhotep I, Tutmos I, Hatshep, and Tutmos III laid out the grand pylon courts in the famed hypostyle hall with 134 papyrus columns. I'll try to see if I can get to a picture for that for people to see what I'm talking about. These things. Pretty gigantic.
That's freaking massive, bro.
Yeah, you know, with that person there too, it even gives you like. And again, like that, even comprehending, even making something like that, regardless in 1,500 years, is crazy. But I did find it interesting that it did take 1,500 years to build this. Normally, I think we tend to think they went up in a few hundred years, which makes it even harder to comprehend. But with
according to Egyptology and history.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like I know like some of the people that are like going over to like those pyramids now that they found all this shit underneath. Like you go over there and you start realizing like what you're even dealing with the people who will even allow you to like deal with the history of the way that they've already said like this is this and that's that. It's fucking hard to even work with and go over there and prove anything new. Like they actually like are really fucked up with the way they're dealing with the Egyptian shit over there. But obviously they don't want you finding out shit.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Each added obelisks and sanctuaries. Hatshep erected towering obelisks of red granite. One is still standing 30 meters high. It's about 90 feet high. Tutmos III built the festival hall known as Akhmenu. In the 19th dynasty, Seti I and Ramses II completed the hypostyle hall, adorning it with intricately carved hieroglyphs and battle scenes like you're seeing now. By the late period, the complex included multiple precincts for Amun, Mut, and Montu. Those are all different gods. That would be, I think, him, his wife, and then his son. With Pharaoh Nectanebo I in 4th century BCE, adding the massive outer enclosure walls in the first pylon. Even into Greco-Roman times, rulers contributed. A grand gate by Ptolemy III stands at the Temple of Khonsu's entrance. Karnak thus evolved as an Egyptian art and architecture, its layers of construction symbolizing continuity of divine kingship. Basically, as each other ruler took over, they added shit to it. Karnak was dedicated primarily to Amun-Ra again, and its very location and layout were rich in cosmic symbolism. Recent geoarchaeological studies suggest the earliest temple area was on the natural rise originally surrounded by Nile floodwaters, resembling primeval mounds from Egyptian creation myths. As as the waters receded annually, the ground would appear like a mound emerging from chaos, reinforcing Karnak's mythic role as a site of creation. That is another thing that I had to even notice with some of these and the lunar temples. They choose to build them either like near water or mountains too as well, which is very interesting.
And if you look at this is just a stupid observation, guys. Don't follow me into darkness. But if you look at all these freaking pillars, all those pillars have the sombrero on top. And when I mean sombrero, it means at the top, they look like phalluses, period. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say, man.
Oh, I like how you were trying to say.
That's the thing on the thing, the mushroom cloud thing.
Yo, I like that. I gotta start using that sombrero as a fucking mushroom head.
Every single one of them. If you look at the top, I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Okay. I like that. Yo, I didn't even notice that myself. But it's like right there in your face.
Fucking nuts, man.
You're awesome. Wow, good eye, man, for real.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. All right, yeah. The temple's design was deliberately orientated to the skies. The main axis is aligned to capture the winter solstice sunrise, which would be perfect. Every December 21st at dawn, sunlight pierces through the eastern gateway and becomes a beam straight down the main aisle to illuminate the sanctuary of Amun-Ra. This breathtaking event, witnessed for nearly 4,000 years, symbolizes the rebirth of the sun at the shortest day. Ancient Egyptian astronomer priests likely used instruments like the Merkhet, a star gauge, and observed stars like Sirius to achieve this precise alignment. Karnak's great temple thus functioned as a great solar observatory marking the solstice, a manifestation of Maat, cosmic order on Earth. The temple's name, Apet Isut, the most select of places, hints at its sacred status. Beyond solstice, Karnak was the stage for the grand Opet festival each year. Statues of Amen, his consort Mut, his wife, and his son Kansu were ferried along the Nile or the Avenue of Sphinxes to Luxor Temple. Let me show you the Avenue of Sphinxes here. That's really crazy.
Whoa. Can you imagine?
Oh, right. That too. Imagine like this is like the stuff that you're living around.
This is
fucking gigantic. It's just wild.
It's huge, bro.
Yeah.
And I could only imagine how it was gold plated, lit with fires and all the way to the top, and how it was amazing, smooth, the odors, everything around it, bro.
Yeah.
That's massive.
The festival coincided with the summer Nile flood and reflected cosmic order and agricultural cycles. The priests of Karnak, adept in astronomy, maintained calendars and timing of rituals. For example, orientating other temples like Hatshepsut's Der al-Bahari Bari to the winter solstice sunrise. Thus, Karnak was not only a cult center, but a cosmic clock and spiritual powerhouse linking heaven and earth. Entering Karnak, one passes the Avenue of Sphinxes, again, a processional road flanked by hundreds of ram-headed Sphinx statues leading to the first pylon. I find that interesting that it's rams.
Yeah, I hear it, yeah.
It's a little bit
Capricorn is right around the corner, too. I think it starts on the 21st, I believe. Or the 24th. I believe.
I should know this, and I don't.
Yeah.
All right. Inside the main precinct, courtyards and halls unfold in succession, drawing the visitor even deeper and higher, a symbolic journey to the divine. The great hypostyle hall, built by Seti I and Ramses II, astonishes with its foremost of 70 feet. Their columns are 70 feet tall, carved with sunken reliefs of the kings worshipping Amun-Ra. The columns represents the primeval papyrus swamp evoking creation. Beyond the light holies of holies, a dark granite sanctuary aligned with the rising solstice sun. In antiquity, this sanctuary housed Amun's cult statue, which only the high priest and pharaoh could approach. Surrounding it were subsidiary chapels and storage for the god's ceremonial bark, which is like a boat or kind of like a barge. Karnak's walls and pillars are densely inscribed with hieroglyphic texts from King's List to epic battle scenes, effectively making it an encyclopedia in stone of Egypt's religion and history. Notably, and there's one interesting thing that's going to be coming up soon, too, that one of the reasons why I even cover this. Notably, Tutmos III's festival hall holds the Karnak King's List, a procession of past kings whom Tutmos honored. In another sector, reliefs of Merneptah's campaigns include the famous Israel Stele text, a copy of which was found at Karnak. Also remarkable is the sacred lake within the precinct dug under Tutmosis III, symbolizing the primeval waters. It was used for ritual purification of priests and likely for observing star reflections.
Mhm.
Near it, recent excavations even uncovered a planned workers' village, hinting at the community of priests, craftsmen, and laborers who sustained the cult. Karnak was an evolving sacred landscape with each new ruler adding chapels, pylons, obelisks, or shrines to leave their pious mark. Now, I did mention something about the Israel stele. The stele was carved for Pharaoh Merneptah, son and successor of Ramses II, late in Egypt's New Kingdom around the 19th dynasty. It is over 3 meters, about 10 feet high, of dark
It's funny you
granite.
said that, bro.
Why?
It's funny you said that. Not to interrupt you, you said 19th century, Northern Hemisphere, and the Capricorn. I know it's a different mythology, but the Capricorn dates start on December 21 or 22. It can vary by a day, and it started as an ambitious Earth sign on the 19th century, just like you said. It's funny. It's funny. Connections.
The numbers match. It is a little bit over 3 meters, about 10 feet high, of dark granite stone, and originally stood in the forecourt of Merneptah's mortuary temple on the west bank at Thebes, directly across the river from Karnak. It was discovered there in 1896 by British archaeologist Flinders Petrie, who was clearing the ruins of the King's Temple when he realized that a large fallen block in the first court was a finely inscribed victory monument. And the stone itself had a life before Merneptah. It began as a monument of Amenhotep III a century earlier. He had used it to celebrate his building's work at his mortuary temple. To get into it, okay, I'm making sure I have my notes. Sorry. There was something important that I want to get to that I was making sure I didn't leave out. At the top of the carved lunette scene, that still preserves traces of its original yellow, red, and blue pigments are still there. It shows the Theban triad, Amun, Mut, and Khonsu. Amun, chief god of Karnak, and often fused with the sun as Amun-Ra, hands a sword of victory to Merneptah, while Mut and Khonsu stand behind as divine witnesses. This little panel visually ties the stele back to Karnak itself. The same gods whose cult was centered in the Amun precinct are here empowering the king's campaigns. The text that flows down beneath is, in effect, a long hymn to the divine royal partnership. What the inscription actually says. The inscription dates to year 5 of Merneptah around 1208 BCE. Most of its 28 lines are not about Canaan at all, but about a dramatic war on Egypt's western frontier. Merneptah boasts that he had crushed a coalition of Libyan tribes, the Libu, and their own northern allies, an early wave of people we now group under the label Sea Peoples. The stele describes them as a threat that came on Egypt from the west, but claims they were utterly destroyed, their chiefs killed, their camps burned, and their seed wiped out. Only in the closing stanza does the text pivot eastward to Canaan, then part of Egypt's imperial sphere. In a compact poetic list, it names Syrian and Canaanite people that have been subdued, Haiti and Haru, then more local units like Canaan and the cities Ashkelon, Gezer, and Yemen, and finally a group called Israel. It is this single line that has made the stele famous far beyond Egyptology. In almost every modern translation, the line is rendered along the lines of Israel is laid waste, his seed is not. This is the standard bragging legend. Basically, I mean, I don't think they wiped out everybody, but it's kind of like they're bragging. It may be a little bit of propaganda in there, but this stele contains the earliest known reference to Israel ever, dating back to around 1205 BC.
Oh, snap.
So with everything that was going on recently, I was like, I got to put this one in there. Just Israel's a hot topic now.
Oh, yeah, man. In both ways, man. It is nuts. Can't use that word that loud because people start freaking going crazy. Yeah.
But, yeah, I wanted to make sure I included that. The first time Israel's supposedly written down and talked about is here.
Wow.
Yeah. In recent years, some scholars have proposed that there may even be earlier references to Israel in Egyptian records, potentially dating back to around 1400 BCE. However, the Merneptah stele remains the most widely accepted and recognized reference to Israel in ancient texts.
Wow.
Yeah. Given Karnak's immense antiquity, it accumulated rich myth and legend. The alignment of the temple with the winter solstice was not only an astronomical feat, but laden with meaning. The annual birth of the sun in Amun's shrine reaffirmed the pharaoh's divine mandate to maintain cosmic order. According to new research, the choice of Karnak's site on a raised terrace amid Nile channels made it literally a sacred island, identified with the creation mound in Egyptian belief. This suggests that the priests deliberately linked geography with theology. As Nile floods rose, the temple's base would appear to emerge from waters, reenacting creation. In Egyptian lore, Amun-Ra was a mysterious, transcendent creator who could also manifest as the sun disk at midday. It was said that each night, Amun-Ra sailed the underworld only to be reborn at dawn, a cycle that Karnak Sanctuary enabled through its solar channeling. There are a few miracle tales in Egyptian records about Karnak, specifically, all right. The god statue, Amun statue, at one point was carried on the bark and would nod. I mean, I don't know if this is true. It's probably more than likely people were moving it, but supposedly it would be taken on a bark or barge or boat, and would not.
That's elf on the shelf.
It would not have. Yeah, it was like basically it was the first elf on the shelf. This motherfucker would supposedly not have moved to answer questions. I mean, like, come on, who's moving the motherfucker? Like. But, I put it in there. Yeah. One
Christmas, everybody.
Imagine how much shit really does start off just from motherfuckers being, like, ignorant to what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody believed this thing was moving on its own, and now this whole fucking story exists because you had a bunch of idiots being fooled. Like,
oh, yeah.
Fuck, man.
It
makes you wonder, like, how many other stories are we repeating like this?
My boy Flash says all the time, he goes, time doesn't repeat itself, but it does echo. So yeah, there it is.
Yes, I agree with that. That's a very good way to say that. All right, yeah. Then the god statue was carried, yes, and it would not answer questions. One legend holds that Alexander the Great, after conquering Egypt, traveled to the Libyan desert, oracle of Amun, to be confirmed as divine son of Amun. Karnak, as Amun's chief temple, likely also inspired such narratives of being divine legitimation. In modern times, locals and travelers describe a kind of awe or energy at Karnak's solstice sunrise, a meeting of ancient spirit and present wonder as the halls glow gold for a few moments in midwinter. Karnak also ties into wider esoteric lore. Some authors speculate that Karnak, the Giza pyramids, and other ancient sites lie on global ley lines or energy grids. For instance, it's often noted that the Great Pyramid and Karnak might align on certain longitudinal arcs. Though such claims are unproven, they feed the aura of Karnak as a node of Earth's sacred geometry. Today's Karnak stands at a magnificent open-air museum and a UNESCO, how convenient, World Heritage Site as part of ancient Thebes. People don't know who that is. That's like a company that, like, they just seem to be in charge of all these fucking gigantic sites. Obviously, probably to keep us dumbed down about it. Its gargantuan ruins, from the fallen topple of its first pylon to the standing obelisks and colossi, continuing to undergo excavation, preservation, and study by Egyptologists from around the world. In recent years, archaeologists have made exciting discoveries. In 2020, a cache of 26th dynasty gold jewelry was unearthed in a hidden recess. Right? And in 2025, I wonder how that works. Where does that shit go? Who does that become?
Yeah.
Like, is everybody got like golden forks sticking out of their pockets too? Like, I gotta see some of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like digging this shit up.
1000%. Freaking sold in the back.
I'd be trying to fucking
found the fork of destiny.
Or a fucking coin. Like, can this spit up my ass? This may not hurt. I'll take this one.
Yeah. May not hurt.
I'm dying to try to keep something there, but I'm not going to stick it up my ass, but I don't know. I was in prison. I've seen people stick cell phones up there. Nothing surprises
That's
me.
fucking nuts, man. That's fucking nuts. They
I was
do
like, oh, you were a booty
things-
bandit before you came in here. That's the only way that shit's working.
all types of crazy freaking what's it called? Creative ways to use that pocket.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, man.
But they found gold jewelry, and in 2025, a comprehensive sediment analysis revealed new insights into the site's origin, pushing initial occupation back to the Old Kingdom around 2300 to 2200 BCE. Conservation efforts have stabilized walls and cleaned blackened ceiling soot in lesser-known chambers, scaling brightly painted reliefs in the Temple of Khonsu and elsewhere. Meanwhile, Karnak remains a place of living heritage. At dawn on every winter solstice, hundreds of visitors, locals, tourists, and spiritual pilgrims gather in the chill to witness the sun's ray strike Amun's sanctuary, just as it did in the pharaonic times. And I think that was enough on that one. Really, we didn't have much left on that one.
That was historical, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the historical value episode on this beautiful Christmas day. Oh yeah, the Avenue of Sphinx.
Yeah, that shit right there just still blows me away. That's a good picture. I like this one.
Imagine the guards, the colors, the dresses, the smiles.
Yeah, right. I bet you
Everything, bro, of that time.
All right. So next one I'll get to is
we got, I think, enough time for another one.
Yeah, Pyramid of the
here.
Sun. We got that one.
Yep.
The Pyramid of the Sun in Teotihuacan, Mexico. I picked the brown area for you.
Yucatan. Mind you, guys, remember, I think the Olmecs were not worshiping freaking gods. They were worshiping themselves, and the priests knew how to open the organic algorithm of the earth using biometrics, just like Jesus did, to dimension travel and also open up the freaking portals in the forest, because trees are portals, and I have the proof to prove it. Oh, yeah, I'm just saying. There's a lot of things here. The Yucatan Peninsula is a hotbed.
We really start looking at nature like that, dude. We would start finding out some crazy.
Bro, I freaking did. And I don't want to fucking ruin it because I'm going to drop it for New Year's, but I'm going to give you just a little taste, bro. Just to get a little taste. Just a little taste. Just a little taste, bro. I don't want to hijack the episode because
no, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. You're good. You're good.
So this is just a quick summary, guys. Just a quick summary. If nature already allows creatures like the electric eel to generate true voltage within living tissue, then it's not impossible to imagine a higher organism evolving or learning to manipulate a similar bioelectric field. Picture a being such as Bigfoot moving through the rain-soaked forest, and the trees heavy with moisture, their trunks laced with quartz and mineral veins, and turn wood into semiconductive network like the acacia tree, which is also the Ark of the Covenant box. It's a conductor, it's a freaking module, and there is scientific proof that universities today are using wood as technology for modules and conductive electricity. Now check this out. Trees heavy with heavy moisture and their trunks laced with quartz and mineral veins that turn wood into semiconductive networks. When the creature releases a pulse of infrasound, which we all have heard it before, or knocks, low, penetrating vibration, it excites those minerals through the piezoelectric effect, kind of like a microphone, voice into electricity into data. Same thing. Now, converting vibration into current. The wet bark and saturated roots of channel the energy downward onto the Earth's magnetic field and momentarily disturbing the local electronic balance, bending light.
Yes.
Bending light. In that instant, sound, mineral water, and electricity converge, opening and resonating window, bending the light spectrum, a tree portal through which matter and consciousness can shift dimensionally. Whether symbolic or literal, this synthesis explains why cryptids appear, vanish, bend light most often amid storms and soaked forest and environment itself, because they're gateways. And the Olmecs knew how to do it, which is why they were gene splicing with jaguars, because they wanted to use and evoke these body-riding spirits in the peninsula. Oh yeah, that's a lot, bro. I'm telling you, bro. The other side of that theory, the Olmec theory that I have, These are 3 original theories. I'm doing the original theory, which everybody heard already, the Olmec theory, and then my tree portal theory that I already broke down with a lot more extensive research, and then the third one, which is concrete. Why do they call it the concrete jungle? And why does it? Because the energy field is lower there, and they use concrete to resonate and hold in frequency, which is why Jesus told Peter, "What do you think about me?" And then Peter told him, "You're the savior of the world," and whatever. And he goes, "On that rock," and he pointed at Peter. He goes, "On that rock, I'm gonna build my church." So there's ties here where mythology, biblical scripture, and also science connects. I'm telling you guys, I'm breaking through the freaking ether.
You're onto something with that, dude. I totally.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro. It's a freaking great presentation.
I don't think people realize how magical bending light is. Like, that's serious.
Oh yeah.
Yo, it was funny how you mentioned not to get off on another topic. It's just you know how you always hear about what is this? The fucking weather's changing, the global warming, and what is it? Whatever chemical they're always going on about. You mentioned concrete, and I don't know if it's necessarily in concrete, but asphalt. What our roads are made out of actually give off more than the fucking cars do. What we're driving on is the fucking problem, not the cars. I know this sounds crazy, but that shit actually releases more of that shit into the fucking air than our fucking cars do. That's the mind fuck. They're going after the cars. It's like, no, motherfuckers, it's the streets. You built us.
You guys think it's also the things that are freaking microplastic gas, aluminum dust that they're doing on the chemtrails? No, think about your fucking brake pads.
Yeah,
just think about the fucking brake pads. That's all I'm saying. You're like, what? It's freaking grinding metals in the dust. Then you breathe it in, and then you're freaking snorting coke later. I'm just saying, bro. All I'm saying is,
I never even thought of that. Think about that. You're totally right. The amount of shit that's going out into the air from using your brake pads.
Damn. Oh yeah.
All right.
Conspiracy theories. I'm telling you, bro. We're fucking nuts on Christmas. Yes, I love this shit. All right.
All right,
this time we got 15 more minutes. It's rock and roll, bro.
I got you. Teotihuacan, Mexico. In the ancient city of Teotihuacan, the Pyramid of the Sun soars above the Avenue of the Dead, a testament to the ambition and astronomical genius of a civilization still shrouded in mystery. Built nearly 2 millennia ago in central Mexico, this monumental pyramid, the largest structure in Teotihuacan, was a focal point of religion and likely dedicated to the sun or a powerful deity associated with it. I will tell you, on the same property, I think, I could be screwing it up, but I do think it's, they also have a lunar temple. That one, they were killing motherfuckers left and right in it. They even had the art, and they were putting it on their bowls and everything.
Well, they had, whenever they conquested a village, they would bring them up. They would get the body, they would cut the heart out, they would cut the head off, and then the person that conquered that body, so the soldier that caught that man, right, would bring his family also. The family gets adopted to the conqueror's body. Like, so for example, I conquered somebody's family. I get that wife and the kids. They come into my family. I get the father of those kids, right? They throw them in the temple. They do the sacrifice. They throw the body down. It rolls down. And then my family catches the body. We go back into the home, right? And then we do mole. So if you know mole, if you know Mexican culture, mole, the type of food, hashtag look it up what mole looks like. It was actually a stew made out of human body parts because you were supposed to consume the conquested to be part of the empire through your body. And the family would have to live with you for, I think, 2 or 3 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, hashtag look it up, with my family to be part of the empire. It's fucking nuts.
Fuck that. That'd be
like sun worship. Oh yeah.
Tossing the spoon over my shoulder when nobody's looking. Yeah, this shit was great. Fuck out of here. What? Yo, and you know what you said too. I think it was the one when I did the lunar temples. The bodies that they were finding that were like killed didn't match in that area. You're right. They were taking like people, probably captives from other areas, and then they even noticed that there was like some like people that were like preserved. They looked like they were queens or priestess. Some of them weren't even from that area either. So it was like, what the fuck? It's very weird, like you were saying. Yeah. I think a lot of it was captives. A lot of times they were killing people for the fucking eclipse. They thought if they killed people, the eclipse would go. Some shit, I don't know. All right. So Teotihuacan was a vast urban center that flourished between 100 BCE and 550 CE, reaching a peak population of over 100,000, influencing all Mesoamerica. The Pyramid of the Sun was constructed in 2 major phases, with the first phase around 100 CE bringing it to its near and current size. When completed by 200 CE, it measured about 225 meters, 730 feet on each side at the base, and around 65 meters or 213 feet tall, making it one of the largest pyramids in the world. Only Egypt's Great Pyramid of Khufu and Mexico's own Cholula Pyramid surpass in its volume. Unlike Egyptian pyramids, Teotihuacans are flat-topped, built as temples with monumental staircases. The sun's pyramid exterior was originally plastered and painted. Traces of red pigment suggest it gleamed with a reddish hue under the sun. It stands upon a massive platform and is orientated slightly north of west from the city's grid. The Teotihuacans, in an extraordinary engineering feat, built the pyramid over a natural cave. In the 1970s, archaeologists discovered a tunnel leading to a cave directly beneath the pyramid's center. The cave, likely a volcanic lava tube enlarged by humans, ended in a clover leaf-shaped set of chambers. This was possibly regarded as a sacred womb of the earth, a place of creation. The pyramid rising above may have marked this cave as the navel of the city or the place of the sun's birth in local cosmology. Offerings found within include pottery and symbols of water and fertility, implying that it was a ritual space. The building possessed and used millions of tons of adobe bricks, rubble, and earth faced with volcanic stone. Remarkably, the city's layout, including the Pyramid of the Sun, was carefully orientated 15.5 degrees clockwise from true north. This is not arbitrary. It aligns with important astronomical events. Research by scholars like Ivan Sprajic has shown that this orientation records sunrise and sunsets on specific dates. In fact, the Pyramid of the Sun is aligned to face the sunset on April 29th and August 12th, give or take a day, which are 260 days apart, correlating with the length of the sacred Mesoamerican calendar, 260 days. August 12th was a particularly significant date. It corresponds in GMT correlation to the start of the current Maya long count. August 13th, 3114 BCE. Thus, the pyramid was positioned to tie the solar year and the mythic time cycle together. Additionally, seen from the Pyramid of the Moon, that's what I was talking about before, the Sun Pyramid aligns with the peak of Cerro Gordo, a mountain to the north, and the setting sun on certain days. These alignments strongly suggest that Teotihuacan's builders intentionally embedded a calendar and cosmology in the city's urban plan, with the Pyramid of the Sun as the keystone of that grand design. We do not know the original name of the Pyramid of the Sun, nor which god it was dedicated to. No inscriptions naming the structure have survived. The Aztecs, arriving centuries after Teotihuacan's fall, gave it its romantic name, thinking it was devoted to the sun. It's plausible, given the alignments, that the pyramid did honor a solar deity or a sky deity. Some archaeologists theorize it may have been dedicated to Tlaloc, however you say that one, the rain or storm god, given large jars depicting Tlaloc were found buried around it and imagery of water is present. Yet others argue that a great goddess or local version of a sun warrior god was worshipped there. Regardless of the specific deity, the cosmic significance is clear. Teotihuacans conceived this pyramid as an axis between the underworld, cave, earth, and heavens, used for grand rites that possibly involved sacrifices and feasts timed to the sun's passage. The city's urban access point to the sun setting and rising on key dates, meaning on those days, watchers on the pyramid or in the city center would see the sun dramatically set at the pyramid's flank. Imagine ceremonies on April 29th and August 12th evenings, processions climbing the pyramid's 248 steep steps as the sun drops precisely along the pyramid's side, an awe-inspiring sight affirming the city's divine plan. The pyramid summit once likely supported a temple structure, which is now gone, where priests made offerings. In 2011, archaeologists digging a tunnel at the pyramid's base discovered an elaborate offering deposit at the center. and included a sacred greenstone mask, obsidian blades, skeletons of pumas, or
Yep.
skeletons of pumas, or wolves with necklaces of imitation human jawbones, birds, and human figurines. These objects, warlike and precious, suggest perhaps a dedication or consecration offering when the pyramid was built, possibly to sanctify the site for the sun or fire god. The presence.
Okay.
You want to say something before I keep going?
Yeah.
Go for
So
it.
we have to cut it short. But
Okay.
it's a consecration of anachronistic debauchery with a non-apotropaic manner. First of all, obsidian blades, liquid crystal glass technology, which they had, by the way, through lava, through volcanic dust and rocks, right? You have the colossal heads that were transmitters. You have the jaguar bloodline, cursed bones, rituals that they were using for the jaguars, which means pumas, same fucking shit.
Yeah.
All right. The forbidden geometry, the lost tech, hidden rituals in the stone, memory engraved into stone, not into paper. You know, people, we used to put all our information into scrolls, and now we get our information through fucking scrolling. If you think about it, it's the same fucking shit. All right. Why it still matters today.
I got that either.
Some of the biggest, highest technological freaking investors in the freaking world, the biggest companies in the tech, guess where they have some of their headquarters? Not to avoid taxes, in the Yucatan Peninsula. # look it up. That's fucking massive. And then you have the bloodline code, right? The sacrifices where they sacrifice kings, warriors, and even fucking virgins to open up the Earth's algorithm so they could ascend, not disappear, a fucking ascend. They were trying to put their memory into the Earth, kind of like how we want to be into the meta universe. Same fucking thing. They're freaking obsessed with hacking our DNA technology and using all these sacrificial things, kind of like how Jesus opened the portal for you could go into salvation, the same thing, so you could go into the meta universe, so that you could live forever. That's all it is, bro. It's all the same fucking thing. Sorry, I needed to fucking say that, because when you said liquid crystal glass and obsidian, that's what triggered it. It was huge technology, bro. You said pumas, you said all that freaking keywords that triggered me. Sorry, bro. Sorry,
No,
there's a codex there, man.
That was great. No, I do wonder about that, not to get off on it because we only have so much time, but like I have wondered, like if we had the technology to turn things into liquid, it would be easier to probably kind of like pour things and to shape it. You know what I'm saying? How you would pour cement and let it dry. I don't know. They had some sort of, who knows? I'm going off, but the presence of sacrifice animal and likely human is in line with Mesoamerican practice of inaugurating major buildings. Interestingly, no royal tomb has been found inside the Pyramid of the Sun, unlike the smaller Pyramid of the Moon, which had burials of sacrificial victims and elite offerings. This supports the idea that the Sun Pyramid was more of a cosmic altar than a royal mausoleum. Centuries later, the Aztecs wove the abandoned Teotihuacan into their mythology, calling it Tolan, and claiming the Teotihuacans were gods or giants. They said it was Teotihuacan that the gods gathered to create the fifth sun, the current age, by sacrificing themselves. In that myth, Nana Watson, a humble god,
fucking told you, dude.
leapt into a blaze and became the new sun, while another became the moon. One can't help but see how the Pyramid of the Sun, with evidence of sacrifices and a massive hearth on top, could have inspired that legend. It is possible Aztec priests, seeing the sun-oriented city and having no historical records of its builders, assumed only gods could have built it. Thus, the pyramid's very existence fueled later myths of the sun's god origin at Teotihuacan. Now, real quick, I'll try to finish this up. You want to say something else?
No.
All right. Modern science has shed considerable light on the Teotihuacan astronomical observation. Again, surveys show that two slightly different orientations govern the city, 15.5 degrees and 16.5 degrees clockwise from north. One alignment, 15.5 degrees, is embodied by the Pyramid of the Sun and Main Street, tying to sunrises on February 11th and October 29th, which framed the agricultural cycle. The other 16.5 degrees is seen in the Ciudadela complex and relates to the sunrises 60 days apart, possibly marking again the 260-day calendar sequence. The careful arrangement allowed observers to track the solar year and the 260-day ritual calendar using architectural sightlines. Furthermore, recent research by Mexican archaeoastronomers suggests the Pyramid of the Sun was aligned to the Pleiades setting on certain star alignments. For example, some argue it's orientated to where the Pleiades set on the horizon, which was significant in Mesoamerican timekeeping. Pyramid of the Moon at the north was found to align with the sun rising over a distant volcano on the summer solstice and setting alignments on winter solstice. If the pyramid of the moon and the sun pyramid align to solstices and quarter days respectively, it implies Teotihuacan's entire grid was a multi-purpose calendrical instrument. Notably, the city's day one, as per Sparge, who was the guy that I mentioned earlier, who was looking into this stuff, might have been the day the sun passed the zenith, no shadow, or when it aligned with Cerro Gordo. Such events would calibrate the calendar annually. Teotihuacan's alignments also influenced later cities. Evidence shows that later sites in central Mexico adopted similar orientation to align with the same sun dates. This diffusion attests that Teotihuacan was a hub of astronomical knowledge that radiated its cultural influence far beyond its fall. I don't know how much more time you have. I have like another page.
I have to jet.
Okay,
I have to jet.
we could probably leave it right there then if you want.
We can, but we're gonna have to bring you back for the second part of this solar stuff.
I mean, if you even the lunar ones are like a little over the top too. If you want me to cover those, some of those a little bit more gruesome.
I promise you, we're going to get you back in January so that we could touch base again on the solar stuff. Everybody out there right now, the only reason I have to go is because I got family members in the house and I got to take care of my little ones. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is probably one of the best episodes I've had in December. Very informational, very historical. And I love the fact that he took the time to read stuff that is actually tangible so that you guys could get an example what hashtag look it up means. Make sure you check out Nick from the Occult Rejects on all podcast platforms. He is also on YouTube. Massive freaking YouTube channel. Make sure to check it out. If you don't know who the Occult Rejects are, get the out of here, man. I don't know what's wrong with your life. Have a merry freaking Christmas, Hanukkah, and all the freaking holidays out there, guys. I really love you guys. Thank you so much for engaging. I want to remind you that it means the freaking world for you guys to drop a comment, even if it's a negative one, because I take criticism to the heart and I try to grow every single day with every single episode, making a challenging reality one episode at a time. Make sure you check us out. Drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts on Spotify. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. Peace. That was awesome.
Paranoi Radio.